We eat these foods for 5 days and we restored our kidneys. This is a science-backed approach.
In this video, how to literally trigger kidney cell repair in just 5 days. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine. My job is helping CKD patients take control of their health with the renal diet. But today, a massive breakthrough study changes everything. A brand new diet intervention that's not just aimed at protecting your remaining kidney function. This diet, it's aimed at actively kickstarting kidney cell regeneration. Yes, this is not your regular diet. This is the fasting-mimicking protocol. Have you ever heard of it? This protocol can restore, and I quote, restored the filtration structures of kidneys in just 5 days. And here's the thing, despite its terrifying name, this protocol has nothing to do with fasting and starving yourself, and everything to do with repairing your kidneys from the inside out. Because listen to me, this is not just some theoretical whiteboard science. This is an actual step-by-step protocol that has been tested on real CKD patients with absolutely incredible results. And I am going to share the exact meal plan with you. So do not miss the final part of this video. Before that, let's look at exactly how this works right now by breaking down the 4 do's and 4 don'ts of the fasting-mimicking protocol. First do of the protocol. No renal diet on earth is going to save your kidneys if you don't consume plenty of fruits and vegetables. But the fasting-mimicking diet is an entirely different beast. It is a 5-day biological hack that tricks your body into a state of autophagy, alright? That's how we repair the kidneys. For this to work, you need foods that act like a biological loophole. They physically fill your stomach to stop the hunger, but they bring almost 0 calories and absolutely no protein to the table. Like for example, bell peppers. These are your volume dial. They pack your stomach with gut healing fiber and keep you completely satisfied, but they fly totally under the calorie radar. You are filling the tank without adding any heavy fuel. Something else this diet is going to rely heavily on are onions. Why? Because onions are the ultimate biological bounty hunter. They are loaded with quercetin, a potent senolytic. This means it actively hunts down zombie cells, dead toxic cells that refuse to die and just sit there causing scarring. Quercetin clears them out so your kidneys can rebuild. That is exactly why hearty onion soup is one of the absolute staple meals of this 5-day protocol. More on that at the end of the video. Something else we are going to include are shiitake mushrooms. These are your sunshine in a plant-based package. They are the absolute best source of vitamin D you can find without eating animal products. You should consider eating this daily even outside of this specific protocol. Just like celery, or as dieters like to call it, crunchy water. Seriously, trying to do a calorie-restricted protocol without celery is like going camping and forgetting the tent, right? Celery is your survival crunch. Also consider kale. Kale is favorite of health-conscious people for several reasons, including sulforaphane, a powerful natural cleanser, and indole 3-carbinol, a natural anti-inflammatory. Also include cauliflower, the ultimate detox engine, low in calories but overflowing with indoles and glucosinolates, powerful compounds that force your body to dump the chemical trash it has been holding on to. Something else needed for the fasting-mimicking protocol, asparagus. This is the spark plug. It isn't just a natural diuretic. Asparagus is packed with specialized prebiotic fiber that forces your gut to produce butyrate. And butyrate is the exact chemical switch that triggers the cell repairing magic of autophagy. Now, one specific entry, sauerkraut. This is your raw probiotic powerhouse, delivering the good bacteria you need to keep your gut-kidney connection thriving while you heal. Okay guys, we have just seen exactly what to eat during a fasting mimicking protocol. Let's take a look at the second do of the kidney repair protocol. Do take a renal probiotic. Okay guys, here's the thing. Every single protocol diet or strategy I have ever studied that actually improves kidney function has one thing in common. It works through your gut. And the fasting mimicking diet is absolutely no different. Our ultimate goal here is autophagy, alright? Autophagy happens when old, worn out, damaged cells in your kidneys are broken down and recycled into fresh, healthy tissue. Why is this critical? Because those damaged cells are exactly what causes permanent scarring, also known as renal fibrosis. Yes, autophagy literally means destroying those toxic zombie cells, preventing and even reversing the scarring. And to trigger this miracle process, we need exactly two things. First, we have to completely remove the body's supply of protein from the diet. And listen to me guys, this is important. This is exactly why people fast, alright? Your body is never going to start breaking down and recycling old, damaged proteins if you are constantly feeding it a steady supply of new protein. And you can't fast, but you can remove protein. Second, you have to actively kickstart the autophagy process by massively increasing butyrate production in your gut. Butyrate is a vital signaling molecule produced exclusively by the good bacteria in your gut. It acts as the biological switch. It tells your body, it is time. Start the restoration process in the kidneys. But here is the massive roadblock. If you have been taking handfuls of medications every single day for years or maybe decades, your gut looks more like a barren war zone than the powerful butyrate-producing engine it is supposed to be. If you don't have the right bacteria, you don't make butyrate. No butyrate means no autophagy, and no autophagy means zero kidney repair. This is exactly why you must include a targeted renal probiotic like my Renabiotic from renabiotech.co. I formulated Renabiotic to do much more than just help with digestion. It drops a highly specialized army of butyrate-producing bacteria directly into your gut. When you feed those bacteria the vegetable fiber from this 5-day protocol, they rapidly convert it into the exact chemical signal your kidneys are begging for to start regenerating. You cannot trigger kidney repair if your gut is a ghost town. Visit renabiotech.co right now or click the link in the description and get your bottle of Renabiotic today so your body can finally start healing. Third do of the kidney reviving protocol. Do use spices, teas, and remedies to support autophagy naturally. Let's take a look at some of the best ones. First off, green tea. In this protocol, green tea is a must. Epigallocatechin gallate in green tea actively protects kidney tissue while amplifying the cellular signals of fasting. But remember the golden rule. Always add a splash of lemon to your green tea to make those antioxidants actually absorbable. Next, a function food everyone should always include anyway. Turmeric. Curcumin from turmeric is not just a powerful anti-inflammatory, it can literally induce autophagy, says science. You can get it both from foods or supplements. Something else to consider supplementing is berberine. Berberine is going to help and support the work we are doing with Renabiotic by mediating the production of butyrate in the gut. And here's the thing, everyone knows berberine is amazing for controlling diabetes, but what almost nobody knows is how it does it, by completely remodeling your gut microbiota. Yes, berberine doesn't just lower blood sugar, it acts like a biological architect, rebuilding your entire gut ecosystem, starving the bad bacteria, feeding the good ones. Okay, so we have our vegetables, spices, and supplements ready. Let's look at the fourth do of the protocol to revive your kidneys, and this is the absolute most important one. Do limit your caloric intake. So here's the thing, the protocol we are looking at today, it's a huge scientific breakthrough. It can restore long-term kidney function in just 5 days. And it does this by using a very specific diet that mimics fasting. But how does it work, you ask? Well, to get the ultimate benefit of fasting, autophagy, your body has to be temporarily deprived of calories and, most importantly, completely deprived of protein. Now you might ask, Catherine, why don't we just skip breakfast to do that, or just stop eating completely for a few days? Well guys, here's the thing. That is a terrible, terrible idea if you have kidney disease or diabetes. Here's why. True fasting protocols were trialed in the past on CKD patients, but they always failed in helping the kidneys. Actually, they were an absolute disaster for the kidneys. Through fasting, it's way more likely to get you hospitalized than to help you if you have kidney disease. Acute renal failure, that's what true fasting gets you. And this is exactly why the fasting-mimicking protocol is so amazing. It safely delivers all the cellular benefits of fasting through calculated caloric restriction without the kidney-killing dangers of actual starvation. So, we will go in depth on exactly how to structure these meals in a moment. But before that, let's briefly look at the 4 don'ts of the fasting-mimicking protocol. First don't. Do not skip breakfast, do not skip any meal, and most importantly, do not forget to hydrate. Unless, of course, you want to end up hospitalized with an acute kidney injury, permanently losing a massive chunk of your GFR just because you skipped a few meals. I am completely serious, guys. Look at this case report. This man wasn't even a CKD patient before starting fasting, but he became one after being hospitalized with acute renal impairment, just because he observed Ramadan. So here's the first don't. Don't fast. Second don't try this protocol if you are underweight. I mean, it goes without saying that a protocol that involves restricting calories is not the best for someone who is already underweight, alright? So yeah, be careful and don't improvise. I will show you the protocol they use in this study conducted on real CKD patients, but this is for educational purpose only. If you actually want to try this protocol safely, get your nutritionist or dietitian on board, show them the papers and ask to be started on this protocol. Ask to be monitored. Third don't eat any salt or anything salty. One of the reasons why this protocol restores kidney cells or reprograms podocytes, as the scientists say it, is because it limits salt intake. So here's the thing. Sodium is a kidney toxin. It doesn't just raise blood pressure. It directly damages your kidneys by increasing oxidative stress. It's a double whammy, really, and everyone should avoid it as much as possible. So, even if you are not doing this kidney repairing protocol, stay away from salt anyway. Last don't of the protocol, don't eat any protein. Protein strongly stimulates the mTOR pathway, which is what stops the autophagy in the body, right? Since people with CKD can't really fast, the only way to get into a state of autophagy is keep eating a little bit of carbs and fats, but completely avoiding protein. I will be very clear on this. Any protein at all will make reaching the goal of this protocol impossible. So let's see how to follow the protocol. Okay guys, it is time to put it all together. Let's look at the exact 5-day protocol. Now, before I show you the menu, a massive non-negotiable disclaimer. You must get the absolute approval of your nephrologist and your renal dietitian before attempting this. All of your electrolytes must be perfectly stable and monitored before you start. Do not improvise. That said, here is how the timeline works. This is a strict 5-day protocol that you repeat at the very beginning of the month for exactly 3 months. For 5 days, you dramatically drop your calories and completely eliminate protein to force your body into that magical state of autophagy. And on day 6, you go right back to your regular balanced renal diet. Let's look at day 1, the trigger phase. On the first day, your total caloric intake drops to around 1090 calories. I know that is a big drop for most people, but remember the goal. We are starving the bad cells to trigger the demolition crew. To do that, your breakfast is a very light, savory zucchini and onion soup. You are going to drizzle in some healthy, high-quality olive oil and heavy dash of turmeric. And this is the absolute most critical part. You take your Renabiotic right now with this breakfast. Why? Because you need to drop your butyrate producing army into your gut the exact moment the fast begins. This is what actively flips the autophagy switch. Exactly 2 hours later, you take your Rena fiber. You just deployed the army with Renabiotic. Now you are dropping in the heavy fuel so they can actually do the work. Lunchtime begins with your berberine supplement. Do you see how perfectly all these functional components fit together? The onions provide the quercetin to hunt down the zombie cells. The turmeric and green tea amplify the autophagy. The Renabiotic and Rena fiber work together to create the butyrate signal that tells your kidneys to start repairing. And that's just the beginning. For lunch, you are having a beautiful bowl of cauliflower, green beans, a tiny bit of quinoa, rich avocado, and olive oil. Dinner is another bowl of cauliflower zucchini soup. As you can see, every single calorie on day 1 comes strictly from safe, complex carbs and healthy fats. Zero protein. Now days 2 through 5, the deep clean. This is where the protocol gets tougher, but it is exactly where the miracles happen. You are going to keep taking your daily Renabiotic and Rena fiber your gut army needs to stay fully fueled to keep the butyrate flowing. But now we are dropping the calories down to a strict 725 per day. This is the true fasting mimicking phase. This is how you get all the cellular repair of a harsh water fast, but without skipping a single meal or throwing your kidneys into acute failure. You start every single morning with a hot cup of green tea, and don't forget the lemon. Your meals throughout the day will consist of small nutrient-dense salads, sauteed cabbage, onions, and high-quality olive oil. Yes, it is tough. You will be hungry, but those 5 days of discipline, they don't damage your kidneys, they repair them. It is a 5-day sacrifice for a chance to rebuild your filtration system from the ground up. So guys, let me know what you think about this protocol in the comments, and if you want even more powerful science-backed kidney-saving tips, my video right up here is exactly what you need to watch next. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye!